Good morning, everyone. So today I want to talk to you about a situation when a patient, for example, is trying to get a second opinion from their previous dentist or a dentist who's a family friend who hasn't examined their mouth, just looked at some x-rays and photos. And this patient is coming to you with their dentist friend or their previous dentist opinion, and they want you to follow their plan and their opinion rather than following your recommendation. And how can you manage that, and how it can be very difficult for you to manage as well. But I want to share with you some tips on how I faced that in the past with some examples. But first, for credibility, my name is Khaled. I have been a dentist for 20 years. I run my own dental practice, Lakeside Dental Spa in Harvey Bay in Queensland. I took it from 1 chair to 10 chairs, from 3 staff members to close to 40 staff members over the course of 14 years. And you can check my details below for credibility. But first, let me give you some example. Example 1 happened maybe a while back where, for example, I was treating a patient, and this patient requires some sort of expansion appliance and opening spaces for the canines, and then dropping the canines down into space and bringing the bottom jaw into a position so he can have a nice full profile and also nice straight teeth without having to take any teeth out. And the parent of the child told me that they showed some photos and x-rays to another orthodontist overseas in their home country, that's one of their friends that they trust. And the orthodontist over there said this plan is wrong, and this patient should not have an expander, and this patient should have extractions and have their teeth straightened through extraction mechanics. And they wanted me to change my plan and follow their orthodontist friend plan. My response to that, and probably let me give you another example, then I will give you my response. The second example was recently one of my associate dentists saw a patient. This patient has some missing teeth on the upper right hand side. Her bite was very deep. The bottom teeth over erupted into the space where the implants would go. They also had some molars on the bottom that required some crowns because they're broken down. And the dentist gave the patient a plan of having some crowns, also opening the bite to get more room to place the implants and the crown on the implants. Patient came back for a second consultation, told the associate she sent her photos or her x-rays to her previous dentist, who is retired now, and he was her dentist for many, many years, and he advised her this plan is probably wrong, and you don't need this kind of work. Some of the back teeth need to be extracted because they're not opposed by any other teeth, and they can just go ahead and place the implants on this amount of space, which is a completely opposite plan. So how can you manage that? How I manage that, and how I manage it in both situations and many other situations as well, is number one, it's very natural for you when patient present you with this stuff is you get very defensive. So your mouth will start to get dry, you'll start to close down, you'll start to lean forward. Your adrenaline is kicking in, you're ready to fight. You're basically in a fight mood. Your voice will start getting weaker. Your body's just preparing you for a fight. And when you are in this state of mind, you don't think straight. Second thing is, it's good to have a system to manage those. With any communications, it's good to have a system and a script in place in your mind, so you know when you face certain situations, you don't think too much and you deal with it. So my first advice is lean back, open your body, so change your body language. When you lean back a little bit on your chair and you start to open your body, take a deep breath in. You're telling your mind or your brain that, hey, everything's okay, we don't need to fight. Let's just relax and calm down a little bit first. And this will get you in a state of mind where you can think straight. Number 2, emphasize with the patient. Look, I completely understand that you trust your friend overseas or you trust your previous dentist. It's probably many patients would do the same. I completely understand that. It's a natural way. It's your son, it's your teeth, it's your treatment. You want to get the best value for your care, so I completely understand and sympathize with you that that's what you want to do. Number 3, define the rule of engagement. I will tell my patient, look, I have no problem at all you obtaining second opinions, even third opinions. I actually encourage you to get second and third opinions, because dentistry can be done you can present in different ways. You can present the same case to 10 different dentists and you'll get 10 different treatment plans. None of them is right, none of them is wrong. It is what they believe they will get you to the finish line with the tools that they have and the experience that they have. The only thing I want to encourage you, if you want to get a second or third opinion, I encourage you to maybe consider another dentist or a specialist, ideally, And also, they need to examine you, not just the records, not just the photos, not just the x-rays. They need to see you in person, and they need to examine you. So I have no problem with you obtaining second opinion as long as it meets those criteria, and I actually encourage you to do so. Second thing is, for you to get a second opinion from your previous dentist or your friend overseas without examining you and then asking me to change my plan, my recommendation to match their recommendation, their plan, which I might not agree with, it puts me in a very uncomfortable position for many reasons. Number one, it means to me you don't trust my opinion, so probably you don't trust my abilities. You still have a lot of trust in your previous dentist or your friend. Number two, if you don't trust my abilities, any treatment carries the risk of complications. And if a complication arises and you don't have full trust in my abilities, this complication will not be well received by you. You will be very upset. And if it's not well received by you, for me to manage this complication, if it happens, it will be very difficult. It will even put me in a more uncomfortable position. So for me to treat you, number one, I want to make sure you're completely comfortable with my recommendation. You're completely comfortable with my recommendation and my abilities and my credentials as well. And if you are completely comfortable, then it's a good relationship that I can continue to be your dentist. And also, as I said, every treatment will carry risk. If this risk or complication happen following my recommendation, then I will know how to manage it, and it will be well received by you, which will make it easier for me to manage your complication. But if you don't agree with my recommendation and you still want to follow another advice, then maybe I'm not the right dentist for you. And again, I encourage you to maybe seek another dentist or a specialist who will be happy to follow the plans that you provided. So moving on, I want to be comfortable. So I want to be guided by you of what you want to do. If you decide that you want to follow my recommendation and my way of doing dentistry, then please, I will, it will be respectful. It will be nice of you if you stop getting second opinions unless you go and see a specialist or dentist who can examine you and you get a second opinion. And instead of bringing your friend or your retired dentist into this equation. So I want to be guided by you, what you want to do. Whatever you decide, I'm here for you. If you decide to follow my plan, I'm here for you. If you decide my plan you don't agree with, no hard feelings. I will send your records and transfer whatever you need to another dentist who will take over your case. Again, my aim is for you to get the dentistry that you want, that will work for you, and also you'll be comfortable and be happy with as well. Thank you very much. Anyway, I hope you find this information helpful. If you like it, please make sure you press like and share it with your friends and colleagues. If you subscribe to my channel, you will be notified when more videos are released. Thank you so much for listening to me. It means a lot to me.